The Muhammadu Buhari-led government has been criticized severely for not showing empathy to victims of violent attacks by physically visiting them. Vice President Osinbajo has spoken on the reason he and his boss has not visited some places attacked. Osinbajo says condolence visits alone won't solve the problems. Vice President Osinbajo has spoken on the reason he and President Muhammadu Buhari have not visited some communities attacked recently. The federal government has been criticized severely by many Nigerians for not showing empathy to victims of violent attacks by physically visiting them. The recent being the abduction of 110 students by Boko Haram terrorists in Dapchi, Yobe State. President Buhari and Vice President Osinbajo have stayed away from violent-prone states in recent times. Photo credit, Novo Isro. President Buhari and Vice President Osinbajo are also yet to visit Benue, Zamfara, Adamawa and Taraba states, which were also subjected to attacks in recent times. Speaking with some journalists in Lagos over the weekend, Osinbajo said while the government has expressed sympathy with the people, condolence visits alone would not solve the problem. His words, "There is no amount of condolence that can compensate for the loss of life. Been killing is one set of killing far too much, there is no amount of condolence that can compensate for that. And I want to say that it's a massive tragedy. But the question that you seem to ask, I've been to Zamfara, I've been to Adamawa when this killing took place. There are those who said, oh, why don't you visit the Fulani settlement, why do you visit only where Christians were? I even visited Benue in September where there have been killing before, then I visited them when the flooding took place and we looked at all the issues and tried to address many of these. There have been several of these issues in different places, recently Dapchi. We have expressed condolences, but no amount of condolence would do." Osinbajo noted that ensuring the attacks do not reoccur again by securing the areas were uppermost on the government's mind. He also gave details of the efforts by the government to stem the tide of violent attacks through deployment of security forces. The more important thing and our focus has been, is first of all ensuring security in these places. We have to address the security question in a much more robust way, that the police are able to do these effectively. We have deployed the military to Kaduna, 2 battalions to Kaduna. In Benue and Taraba axis, we have the 93 Battalion, we have 72 Special Forces. We have full concentration in Taraba and all of that, and by the way, the military is fighting in most of the northeast. So, there is a situation where the military is overstretched. So I think the most important thing is, first of all, to ensure they actually address the security of the people, he said. Meanwhile, the ongoing search for the missing Dapchi girls has been extended to neighboring countries, the federal government has announced. In a statement issued in Abuja on Friday, March 2nd, the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, said top military and security officials on Thursday, March 1st, traveled to the northeast to add more urgency to the search, which has now been extended beyond the northeast theater. The officials, according to the statement, include the nation's top military officer and Chief of Defense Staff, General Abayemi Al-Anizakan, Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Ibakati Quibas, Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant Gen. Tukur Buratai and the Director General of the Department of State Services, Alhaji Lawal Dora.